for Baby Door Explosion if they get knowledge of Rubble, but it's going to be a quick B entry. Not too easily done, though.
A quick stop indeed. So now this pressures EG to work towards this A side. Door is going to get open, revolving on the A side. Big paranoia out on the defense. And really, G2 is currently shutting down any push coming out from the Evil Geniuses, leaving out Superman alone. But he's not going to be able to go in the clutch against four.
Just to delay a little bit more on that timing as the smoke will go down. So G2's playing this one patiently. They already have a good push onto Rubble and Icy. Two big frags to start off this one.
Yeah, interesting enough how that was being played here for EG. They were watching their backs, afraid of some sort of push in front of B. So once again, very similar storyline to the pistol. Losing the players on the initial push, they're forced to work in the opposite direction where the numbers are left. And already damaged inside the site. At least a plant will be nice
30 seconds
in the checkbox for EG in this eco.
Gotta be deep. They're looking to hide in this one. Trent starts it off.
Yeah, too much util right now for EG to really get set up in a post plan and get anything done. At least they have a Bulldog. An upgrade for Superman is currently playing towards the water. So first contact will be Derek. Both of them once again working together in the clutch and instantly denied by G2. A great start. A strong on again, trying to keep them back at base. So it'll give a chance for the defenders to swarm back up here, come out from the B heaven side. There's that paranoia to initiate it. It's going to hit one, but Nature is playing the off angle. Almost got that one into Jonah B. But the trades are great for G2 once again. They convert the bonus round to get 3. Popped one. And yeah, these nanoswarms, it's really just to not allow EG to get across here towards water or get heavily damaged until they get to the wooden ramp. Yet Nature still gets the opener.
Good push.
Jonah P answers right back. 3 players spamming through the wall from Waterfall just to try to damage. Prevent the spike from getting planted, but it will go down. With the last 2 pushed up towards the spawn is APAC, denied here by Trent. And now you're alone. Not going to work out with the Sheriff.
And they're ready for B. They have eyes everywhere on the map right now. G2 is so ready.
But Jogimo picked up the orb on the C site. So definitely, especially that. Nanoswarms came out preemptively. Might give a chance here for Jaw to satchel in. But they've lost APAC on the lurk. There you go towards the sky. Lands it onto Leaf. Down to 20 HP. Jonah B lines up the 2. Entering quite easily. And there's a showstopper. Retaliation from Icy. When they have a lure by, look at the forward pushes towards the spawn because of that information. We're moving behind enemy lines here for EG, but a rotate comes back from G2 out at the Hobbit door. 4 players streamlining in, traded out to start things off, but EG takes the lead at least in the situation. Head to head, out towards the heavens. Derek then answers back onto Valen. It's doable now for Jogimo and Derek of EG against Trent and Jonah P, who does have the pit. Forced to fight out against Jogimo, back towards the waterfall. The tap on the spike, the wall comes up, isolating one of the 2 players remaining of EG. Hot now being thrown out. Derek marks them both. Only has the Sheriff, lands the first shot, and now it's ticking down on that spike. Derek hears the tap, swings out, and gets it! The clutch master is once again back here for Evil Geniuses.
It's gonna have to work for EG.
At least there is a snake bite being dropped here at the drop area. The pressure coming in. Icy gets flooded from the left side by Nature. Here comes the attempt of a plant. You heard Valen coming out for the TP from the shadows to support quickly for G2. Coming out towards the drop. Spraying with the Odin. Superman falls, and once again, EG will have to try to go for a clutch. A 2 versus 4. Snake bite on that spike, denying the first point. Leaf not opting to use his lockdown yet. Everybody's just spraying across, still being quite annoying with these doors. Nature finally gets the pick. A second one down to Jonah B. A third! And he gets the ace! The C's misses, so will not do any damage here to EG on the pulse plant. Here comes a swing finally. They do get the contact onto Derek. A chance now, potentially, if they're able to drop one more and utilize this showstopper. But Leaf just fell. Icy and Trent now. High and low on the right side of the C site. And it's not looking good at all here. EG able to score now 4 rounds in a row in there.
Face to face right here.
Showstopper out. Counter showstopper on both ends. Who hits who?
Wait!
At least it's guns instead. Instant trades on both sides. Hat coming out to get information, and now it's thrown here by APAC. Knowing now that the A side is open, but Superman's trailing far behind still. Door closes, time wasted. Valen in the drop spot. Just around the corner is Nature. There's a first sprays now hit by the snake bite. He's manages to find a spot where he's okay. Superman finally trying to go for a plant, but taps first. Trying to see if G2 is going to swing out, and they do. Managed to get a snake bite kill onto Derek. 45 seconds left. Door reopened now by Superman. 8 HP left.
Dang.
As they're going to try to pivot towards the B side. TP across, and now Nature cuts the rotation. There's that first and second, but instantly Trent trades it out.
30 seconds left.
The attempts now towards the B site, now down. Throws out a smoke as Superman. Now plays inside of it and around. First contact will be Trent. There's that first, and instantly there. VALORANT sprays through the smoke. Here by the Nightfall. Paranoia also comes out here to counter out and hold the push. 20 seconds left on the clock. EG has to now move inside the side. Counter Nightfall out on the defensive side. Numbers are down even. Make that an advantage for EG.
10 seconds
Plat
left.
now successful. You mentioned Jonah P being too far. And now he's going to have to try to retake it inside an attacking Viper's pit. So now he has to think on his toes. No util to work with, and he just made some noise. So they know that he dropped down towards the rope. As he walks in.
Repeat of last round. A little bit less aggression on what the utility of C offered, but that's good enough.
And the Haunt as well, getting so much information. Now VALORANT alone has a vandal at least. Spraying back into smoke are both teams. It looks like EG decides to pull back. Towards the C side at 1v1. Nice little snake bite. Flushing out Leaf. So unfortunately he falls. And he gives the whole site open now for EG. A TP out from VALORANT, but it's a 1 versus 4. Stopped right away, no plant needed as we top the game 6. Gimel looking to move in here with the rest of the players towards A.
And APAC could not have his utility stretched out further on this one, trying to cover just about every site with a little bit. Is it going to be enough?
Scoring first is APAC though. EG in the lead in a situation. Close to the traps. Also a little high to go against the Satchels, but the Satchels will be denied by APAC once again with the classic. G2 finally able to come back for trades. And also taking lead in this situations. Jogno wrapping around. As the Haunt misses him, he has a timing across. Leaf is low on HP, so is Trent. Now the jump spot.
30 seconds
Do we
left.
see him here? Here's the reload! And it's enough here to bait Jogno out and Trent to get the kill. When you look here towards the A side, the orb was also denied of that end here by Superman. And there's Icy looking to farm a bit, but gets denied. But once again, both Superman and Derek working in together from Baby Door to get the kill with the classic. Pain Shell doesn't do too much damage, and we have a safe plant for G2 and even safer positioning on the Pulse plant until this lurk from Leaf also gets stopped by Epoth, who gets a Stinger upgrade.
2 of them now. This could be problems if they get those Stingers together.
And they're all around this A site. Yes, Jogimo is there alone on the top of heaven, but he's only got a classic, so he gives a chance now to create the space for these two to come back towards Tree. Nice ADSing by VALORANT to get those picks, even a third in the round. And Trent will finalize the last one.
It's the C hit, though. G2's focus is only forward on this one, it seems, with Nightfall hitting and Icy in.
They put a snake bite towards the waterfall, somehow gets a second one. As Leaf finally is able to answer back, but that support was already there from Nature. Advantage still out for EG. As VALORANT has made it through the spawn, and he's going to try to get behind.
The winning factor.
Well, Leaf goes for the plat here at the default spot. Sees Nate, nice little bait out. Also trying to win some time for VALORANT to execute this backstab. It works against Superman. They try to answer right back, but Derek is able to avenge his teammate. Back to a 1v1. Jogimo against Leaf.
54-62 are the HPs.
Has a turret to work with. So makes it a 2 versus 1 in terms of information and angles that could be watched here against Jogimo. Jogimo breaks it right away, cleans down the 14. It definitely starts EG snowball of a couple of rounds here once they figure out how G2 plays. And it starts off with an outlaw by Superman, contacts onto Icy. Heavily pressured, another Paranoia being thrown out, forcing VALORANT to TP away. And the G2 Leaf able to get that lurk.
They're so ready for every push.
For EG indeed. Except not for the rotate potentially towards the C side. So Jogmo wants to try to get the contact, but bumps the ceiling. And now VALORANT's on the lurk, but gets stopped. Trying to pinch across, trying to get trades. They lost a spike in the process. And they lost all of their fights for G2.
Should be able to defend this.
Well, AG's doing the same thing as G2 right now, being annoying with these revolving doors, so Nature's the one that's opening it up.
3 outside sight. They got to get in. Spike's planted in sight.
But Icy pops out the showstopper, adding fear to EG, forcing out the rocket, avoiding it, then trying to push down to punish. But Icy stays alive. Now at the top of the boxes as EG Derek is moving forward with the rest of the team. Out for the kill! And with the drop from the top rope! Winning the first wave of util, potentially trying to flood back now and activate any trades. There's that Nightfall for info, a swing out from the orb. But it's G2 answering first. 2 on the board for them against 1 of EG. Vandal upgrade out for Jogimo though, as they're trying to fight towards the tree, and he swings in alone. All of the plays are G2 waiting at the revolving door. And that Thrifty this time around will not come in favor of EG after Potter's timeout.
This one though.
Oh. Going out for a TP right after the paranoia, avoids a little bit of these bullets, and now with a beautiful haunt being thrown by Derek, allowing Jogimo and Superman to just shut down the initial push of EG outside of A. But Jonah P is still up and alive. So is Leaf to answer right back.
They're giving all the fights. They thought there's maybe enough damage done. A little antsy there, and G2 come out on top. Apoth healthy, still though low armor on this buy. And it's going to be the slow work from G2 as they clear everything. They know Apoth could be one with a wild lurk, that spot you're not expecting. So they're using everything just to get a bit of ground here or make sure they can displace Apoth and find out where he is immediately.
He's jiggling and watching.
Yeah.
Nana Storm being thrown. He knows there's at least a cage, and there's that first one at 5 HP left though. Again, still has an idea, especially with the revolving door being hit on the A side. That Leaf was there with his teammate.
30 seconds left.
Now off the plant, Apot does have a cage to work with if he wants to block vision and try to move down. Oh, but decides to move down silently.
That turret could be his demise.
Unfortunately, he's not going to.
He's on the good side.
He's looking away here.
He's good.
He's trying to get behind as he's lurking up right now. The turret. It's not even looking towards tree.
Oh my gosh.
And that gun is not even sticking out here. That was so close as Leaf walks behind, but he looks the wrong way. Leaf will still get the round and put G2 at that point. Repositions with Jogimo.
Good find. Clearing a lot of info. Oh, Superman though.
Now we commit. Nightfall on the attack. Jogimo at half health as he's hit by that even the haunt, and that's going to make it a little bit easier until I see that. Jogimo gets the pick, but there you go. G2 stops the opportunity of EG to turn around over in their favor. 2 more kills needed to close out the first map. Nature and Apoth pit even out on the attack. Rendering things a lot more difficult now for Evil Geniuses. They hear the drop, the wall comes down, Nature connects onto Leaf. Upgrades now into a Vandal. Both players on both teams virtually at the same health. Apoth trying to walk in, decayed now by the pit, avoids the first snake bite. Sprays across to try to get a timing. As he swings in, there's that first kill. A second one easily done by Trent. 4 in the round to put G2 with the first match under their belt. Both Nana Storms preemptively popped though on the defense. Paranoia as well. And it looked right away like G2 wanted to fight instantly.
Spike planted.
But it gets planted. Trent gets the pick off through the dome. As Apoth after the plant falls. Gecko Dizzy now being thrown towards the air to get information, and Leaf is quite good for those 2 kills swarming inside from that screens. Jogimo low on HP with Superman, up against a full roster, quite healthy of G2.
Oh
Trent with 3 in the round. And G2, this is their 3rd. The Allen to try to clear out towards yellow though. And at least the audio cue of the Dizzy is going to allow for EG to start swarming in towards the top. Jogimo gets to contact, but it was a little labored. So now G2 is already there to help right out on the first player that lost on yellow. Very, very clean second round. Mid-side of that 2. It's a big Dizzy that gets a big blind out to Jogimo.
So aggressive.
Tried to dash away, and there's that push down, punishing Superman. And at the same time, look at those bullet holes. They added a lot of pressure for G2 on the A side, so it almost looked like a pincer maneuver on all the angles of the map.
Spike down.
Feels like Lotus early rounds all over again. Spike already down, out towards yellow. Derek alone now, towards the B site. Nature on the other side at A. Please, Derek's able to fight back. Icy falls early. Recon dart to work with. chance now for Nature to move back with him. So they could try to dwindle down the numbers of the defense of G2 towards his B site. Toward those spots, Derek runs out. Jonah P
Spike down B.
is answered back by Nature.
30 seconds left.
He's clutched this before here, this IGL for EG. Jump spot though from Trent. Just saw him forcing out the paranoia. Information for Nature to know there was 2 players there towards Orange. But it was a last resort no matter what. Side clearing out, or trying to clear out KJ Util. But none of it got broken, so Leaf could still do a lot of damage here, yet Nature is still able to get that kill before he falls from that Util. Paranoia now being flushed out. Contact here coming from the bottom of the site. Double swing out from EG. As Trent is able to get one onto APAC on the top of the rafters. The bubble now being popped. As EG slows things down in terms of not letting G2 know what the next move is going to be.
That is such a neat thing. Looking back at the mollies there that we had in A that were just, if you look at the minimap right there for Killjoy, moved slightly. The first time they used those mollies, it did allow for a little bit of a hide in Jenny. If the molly went off, you could tuck yourself in and stay safe. With the mollies moved that time, Jenny wasn't safe, and that's where they tried to hide. Neat little changes. Here comes the site take.
Just too much utility.
Yeah,
Off the
way
tap,
too
they all
much.
came through, and EG falls.
Up towards the kitchen. I don't actually think Superman wants that right now. He hears the turret. It's going to see him right past the window. Almost a spam.
At least Timmy Turret gets the spam.
Oh my gosh.
Superman falls. Nature 1v1. At least contacts onto Valen. Derek as well as Icy falls. High Tide, second cycle out. Bubble for a plant. Being denied currently by the Hunter's Fury of Trent. Connects and APAC falls. Low HP are Derek and Nature. And Jonah P's on that flank. And he avoided all that util. This is perfect now. There's that first one to fall. And Nature at least gets Jonah P. But he's still up against Leaf and Trent at 18 left in terms of health points. A tap on the spike, and Trent knows they have all the time in the world here. So no punishment on Trent. Silver lining, EG gets a plant. The lurk, though, denied. Whoa. As Icy gets the headshot on Superman inside kitchen. Some players playing inside the site, some playing post plants as Thrash is available for Icy for the retake. Nature holding towards the dice. A second one in the face of Trent. Valid answers back. And the Thrash is trying to find info. Oh, Jogma almost had that kill. But Valor was able to save Icy.
No post-plant util.
And a 2 versus 3 at a disadvantage for EG. Tap on the spike, the smoke, the deniability off the sprays. Wingman with the defuse. A 6th round. But as that happens and nobody was pushing through, EG now groups up together towards this A site. Superman holding towards Kitchen is able to get that rotate, catch the first one, upgrade into a weapon. A second one, won by Valid instead. A 4 versus 2 advantage. As G2 is denying the push from EG. The death ball attempt on the attack. As that hero guardian that they had at the beginning now becomes an upgrade. But Jonah P doesn't give a chance for Jogimo to set up. The other end updraft by Jogimo. A tag in the chest here. Onto Trent. Now behind the wall. Leaf is waiting towards the B site. Swings out for the first. APAC with the trade.
Oh my god.
Jonah P holding towards Yellow, and Jonah P getting the kill towards Yellow until Nature. He's able to get 2 of his own. Superman in a clutch situation, and Superman cannot be the hero this time around. A little bit of a delay here. Second snakebite being thrown down by Jonah P. Orb came up, and information off the reckoning.
Oh my gosh.
Deniability, Hunter's Fury out on the defense. Dizzy blinding Jogimo, who's still trying to move out towards danger. Spotted by Valen on the top of the pipes in the hallway of Kitchen. Now more utility, denying more attempts of a plant. It forces EG to have to try to plant safely, but Valen's still around the corner, and Valen goes and watches his back to take down Nature, and a beautiful anchor hold by G2. Jones spotting Leaf on the top, Dizzy being thrown out on the defense. G2 trying to move forward and together inside the pit behind the wingman. It's nice for Icy to get the first. Jogimo answers right back, and a nice flip on the 3rd of the round off the Trent. And there's that lurk running out of bullets, but at least Jogimo is able to keep Jonah P in a tight spot where he can't get anything done. Nice spray in the end with the Phantom, as that finally they were looking for that first answer.
Tell if they're fully info gathering or they're just letting the round play out as slow as possible. It seems like now they're moving up too.
Knew where the thrash was coming from, so Derek gets the contact with the Hunter's Fury. It's quite interesting at the same time though, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Valorant still alive at yellow, second in the round. TP's away now towards green. Second smoke being pinched from behind, but Nature is able to reach that kill before.
Yep.
APAC was able to turn around. They'll get the plant. And now Jonah P is in a 1 versus 3. Economy's not too great for G2, yet Jonah P still wants to make it expensive now against EG. Scaling up towards orange. High-low contact here on the right side of the B site. And Superman's gonna get it. I was gonna say it was quite interesting to see how nothing happened. We're still gonna try to move inside the site for a plant now for EG. Nature once again, a great spot towards the dice, adds value into that. Blade Storm now available for Jogimo as he activates it and helps out the rest of the team on the pulse plant. Trent though has something else to say. Tying things up on a 3-3 situation with all 3 players of G2 now working towards the back of the A site. Jogimo back with the operator looking back towards A as a TP comes across at Jenny. Nature catching one, sleeping and even 2. Whoa. Valen's forced to be alone now. Easy one with the operator in the end. We have the 9-3 curse. For EG to have to fight evenly or able to fight evenly on a retake towards the A site. Jogmo scoring first. Valen then after with help from Trent. As we're all around. Really not looking towards the verticality. Everything is really clean and good for G2 and Mimi mentioned it.
Yeah.
We saw 4 players waiting right there towards yellow and or towards green rather, and that allows here for G2 to get an instant plant towards the B site. 4 players grouped up on the pulse plant at yellow. Really no big util to delay except for that 1 nanoswarm still in the back pocket of Lead, who throws it now. This half buy, lower buy stingers that we had from EG.
Flawless.
Exactly. They're greeted by a flawless from G2. And maybe have that most important swing round in the series, but we're thinking way too far ahead. State of the game so far, it's been one-sided domination out of G2 all along here on the second map of Icebox. A map here where EG came out with their one-off deadlock that really surprised G2. But now this time, both of them coming out with new compositions. And G2 is ready for it all the way. 2 more left alive now, Derek and Nature. Stinger close range, dropping the spike towards yellow. Wall up on the attack, trying to spray behind it are the players of G2, and Derek and Nature just trying to find his timing. A nice little double swing out from that smoke. G2's at 12.
It's honestly an achievement for both teams. Straight ahead and try to use this right away to pipes with protection.
Still on the ropes too. Valen already drops that. Dizzy did way too much. 2 players are falling down, and that operator is all solo. Once again hit by so much utility. As that operator had 0 value. Nor are the players. Last one in. Jonah P with the kill. A flawless round to give the series to G2 in a dominating fashion.
G2.